Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little spring get ready with me. I'm pretty excited about this one. I planned out what kind of look I'm going for. It's going to be very pastel, so hopefully it turns out how I've envisioned it. I asked you guys on Instagram if you preferred that I use like old favorite products or more new products, and most of you guys said newer, so I have a little mix, but mostly new products. But I do still want to do a video of like products I used to love and see if I still love those. So let's just get started. I'm going to prime my face with the Becca First Light priming filter. I snagged this one up during the Ulta 21 days of deals. So it was half off at $19 and I actually had $9 in Ulta points. So it came out to like $10, which is why I love Ulta. Like they actually reward you back with money or coupons with money off all the time versus Sephora where you basically just get little sample items as rewards. So I picked out the purple one to help brighten my skin tone and even it out a little bit, and it's also pretty hydrating. To fill in my pores a little bit, I'm going to use this Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. It looks like this in the jar. This has definitely been a favorite for filling in my pores. I love that it's not as slippy as the Smashbox ones, so I like to apply it around my nose, a little bit on my chin and my forehead. Those are kind of the areas where I can see my pores a little bit more. For foundation, I decided to go with an old favorite. This is the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I restocked on it at Ulta recently. I get the shade 202. Just kind of dot it on like that, and then I use my Real Techniques sponge. It just reminded me why this is my favorite drugstore foundation for sure. I feel like this is almost the drugstore version of the NARS Radiant one that I'm always using. I feel like it has a little bit less coverage and it's not as long wearing, but it's so nice. I mean, I gave the Maybelline Fit Me ones a shot and I just wasn't wowed by them. The matte one is a little bit too matte for me and the dewy one has almost zero coverage. This one's actually pretty full coverage, honestly. For concealer, I have a newer one I've been trying out. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. I do really love it. It's so creamy and it's pretty like medium to full coverage and it lasts pretty well. The downside is this is the lightest shade, at least the lightest shade I saw in store, and it's basically my foundation color. So I definitely need them to expand their shade range because this is a bomb concealer. It does crease a little bit on me, I won't lie, but what I've been doing is, since it's not super bright, I've been taking a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape just in my inner corners and then a little bit on the center of my face too, just to brighten a little bit. It just blends out so well and so smooth. I really like it. And since it is really close to my foundation shade, I really like using it for spot concealing as well. It does a great job for that. I actually picked up the Catrice Liquid Camouflage concealers at Ulta today because our Ulta finally got Catrice in store, but they don't have the lightest shade, so I picked up the two other ones. So I'll keep you guys updated on that once I try those out. To set my face, I'm just gonna use my good old trusty Coty Airspun powder. You can get this at Walmart for $6. They're usually over by the nail polish section, so they're kind of hidden away from the makeup. But I've been using the shade Naturally Neutral. I just feel like it blends better with my skin tone and it has a little bit of tint and coverage, which I like. It does kind of smell like old grandma perfume, but the smell doesn't linger, so it's not terrible. And for $6, you get so much product. So I saw this Essence Brighten Up powder at Ulta and I was curious, so I've been trying it out. With the KKW concealer kit launch, everyone's been kind of crazy about brightening powders, so I was curious if this one works. And I feel like it's not like light enough for my skin tone, but it still kind of brightens. And I didn't end up getting the KKW launch. I just feel like I need to see some more reviews on real people, especially pale people, because things tend to look worse on pale people, honestly. Plus the KKW brightening powder looked very shimmery on everybody that I saw review it, so I thought that was kind of weird. Okay, I think I'm gonna get started on my eyes now. I'm gonna use this Sahara palette from Face Candy. I got this on the Hush app for $12. This is what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, it's so beautiful. So many pretty shades. So I'm going to start out with this shade Sandstorm. It's kind of a light peachy shade. And what I will suggest with these is it does have fallout, but I don't tap off my brush just because I noticed when I tap it off, I get almost no color payoff, almost no pigment. So this isn't like gonna be an overpowering amount that you can't blend out. And it's kind of hit and miss. Some of the shades are very pretty and very pigmented, and some of the shades don't perform as well as I wish they would. But for $12, honestly, it's not bad. I'm starting to go into this mustard shade Acacia, and I'm just building that up in the crease as well. And I'm using this Morphe M330 brush that I got at Ulta. It's like very tapered for the crease, and I'm really loving it. I believe it was like $5 or $6. I'm honestly very impressed with Morphe brushes. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of Desert Lily. This is one of the shades where I'm not wowed by it. I wish it had a little bit more pigment because it's such a pretty pastel pink in the palette, but it doesn't translate as well onto the eye. For the lid shade, I'm going to take this Cream Pot liner, I believe it is, or you could use it as an eyeshadow. This is in the shade Crybaby. It's like a lilac shade. Mine is kind of dried out at this point, but we're gonna try to make it work. I'm just gonna take a flat brush and apply that to the lid. I also saw at Ulta a very, very pretty liquid shadow from L'Oreal. It's like one of those dual ones, and one end has this beautiful lilac shade as well. So that could be an easier option. I would use my fingers, but I have claws and I can't fit my finger in here. Okay, so not bad. Got that built up. And then on top of that, I'm gonna use this Stila liquid glitter in the shade Sea Siren. It's like so iridescent and beautiful. I'm obsessed. Okay, now I'm gonna take this little angled brush and go back into the yellow shade and apply that on my lower lash line. And then in typical Leah fashion, I wanna do a yellow inner corner. So I'm gonna take this gold Desert Sun shade just on my pinky finger, pop that right there. Is this eye look not the definition of spring? Like, yeah. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna bronze up my face. I don't have anything new to use for that, so I'm just gonna use the Invisible bronzer from Bareminerals. This one is in the shade Medium. For blush, I got this new one from MAC recently. This is Fairly Precious. And I feel like this could be used a lot of different ways depending on your skin tone. For me, I kind of use it as a blush, or I could use it as a blush topper because it is kind of shimmery. For other deeper skin tones, this could be a beautiful highlight. But for today's look, I'm just going to use it as my blush. For my highlight, I recently purchased the Kylie Cosmetics Wet Set. It just looked too gorgeous to pass up. So this is what it looks like. They are very, very squishy and bouncy and very, very bright. My only issue with this is it's very, very hard to apply with any kind of utensil. I tried a sponge, I tried brushes. I found the only way that works, honestly, for me is with my fingers. But the nice thing is, unlike the Colourpop cream highlights, these do blend out well on the skin on top of powder, even when you apply it with your fingers. So that's just what I've been doing. And I like to mix mostly these three shades, depending on if I want more of a pinky tone or more of a gold tone. I mean, they are very beautiful. They're not shimmery or glittery at all. They're just very wet looking. So for my cheeks, what I do is I just rub it on like this, and it blends in actually very, very nice, especially on top of powder. For a cream product to blend in like this is kind of insane. I'm gonna blend this harsh line a little bit. To set my face, I'm gonna use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Okay, now I'm going to curl my lashes. And I got a little sample of a Stila mascara with my purchase at Ulta today, so figured I'll try that out since I'm gonna wear false lashes anyway. This is the Stila Huge Extreme mascara. I'm not gonna build it up too much since I am gonna put on false lashes, but it's not too bad. For lashes, I'm gonna use these ones from Ardell. They're Faux Mink in the new Wispy style, which I really like. And I'm actually gonna apply those off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. I'm really loving this style of lashes. They look very fluffy and natural and not too dramatic, and they're pretty easy to put on as well. So now to finish off the look, I'm just gonna do my lips. First, I'm gonna line my lips with this NYX lip liner in the shade Rose. And then all over the lips, I'm gonna use this Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in Love Muffin. So this is the finished look. I kind of look like Pastels threw up all over me, but I'm not mad at it. Let me know what you guys thought of this look, and if you end up trying it, tag me or let me know that you recreated it. You could always tone down the lip and then just do this eye look for Easter or something like that, so it's not as pastel in the face. But that is all for this video. Give me a thumbs up if you guys like this style of like get ready with me tutorials, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.